So I was thinking about starting my cliche graduation speech, but first. Can't tell you how incredible it feels to stand here today before you all. Back in 2007, I got a letter from WashU inviting me to come out for a quick little visit to St. Louis. After falling in love with the April version of campus, full of tulips and perfect weather, I decided what the heck. This decision was quickly followed up with plenty of the typical questions. WashU in DC? Oh wait, Washington State? Wait, where is St. Louis? I'm sure you all got the same confusion. Flash forward 7 years, a bachelor's degree and a master's degree later, and I'm still in St. Louis. Part of me feels like I've been trapped by that building over there, and sometimes I legitimately was trapped by that building. For those who didn't have the good fortune of spending every minute in that building, don't walk around without your ID card after 5 p.m. After spending an ungodly number of hours in one building, there are plenty of things you come to dislike about it. For example, eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Edda's, as Carmen referred to earlier, is not an ideal source of nutrients, nor an ideal way to make your taste buds happy. And don't even think about bringing leftovers into that microwave in between Gibbons and Steinberg. I have no idea how that thing still works. It's also not a fantastic feeling when you haven't slept in days and you go down to the computer lab thinking you can plot in 10 minutes, and it takes 3 hours. However, along with all these challenging experiences comes a myriad of positive ones that will make me love this place forever. There's no better place and no better feeling than looking up on your work on the wall, a product that you're proud of. There's no better place to watch the sunrise than on the steps of Brookings, and there's no better vending machine than the one in Gibbons. Never have a candy bar, a Pop-Tart, and a XXX vitamin water at 3 a.m. tasted so incredible. And let's be real, is there anything better than the feeling of coming downstairs on Friday for happy hour? Cheers to whoever came up with that idea and whoever lets us keep doing it. In a lot of ways, it confuses me we can have such mixed emotions about architecture and yet still do it so passionately. Now that I have time to reflect back, I'm grateful there was a mixture of both positive and negative experiences. You learn equally from both in life, and without the presence of one or the other, you would miss out on learning half of the things that you did. Throughout all the ups and downs and constant struggle we endured, we came out with a powerful set of skills that shouldn't be taken for granted. Architecture school and design education in general is completely different than any other form of education. A majority of the other students on campus graduating today had a much different experience than we did. They were busy taking tests and writing papers and memorizing information to take more tests and write more papers. This is quite different than the one we had. In architecture school, when you begin a semester, it's not always clear what the assignment is. You're given a vague description of a design problem to start with, and throughout the course of the semester, you go through cycles of confusion and clarity. As you propose a solution to your problem, another problem arises. This can be very frustrating and very time-consuming, but throughout the process, you learn to think in a different way. You learn to notice the world with a new eye, picking up on the design details that others only experience subconsciously. You're forced to think for yourself, and because of this, you learn to challenge each other and even your professors. Some of us probably challenge our professors more than others, and by some of us, I mean me. Throughout this process, you also learn how to present your work and how to take criticism without it shaking your confidence. You learn how to go through multiple iterations in the pursuit of perfection. You learn what it takes to work long hours and what happens when you continue to think about a solution for weeks on end. I will note there is one main side effect for thinking about a problem for so long, and that would happen to be the architectural dreams that you have. There are times when you wake up in the middle of the night thinking you finished a model, only to realize you never started. Some of you out there might be skeptical when I make the claim that these skills that we learned are more valuable than what everyone else on campus was learning, but let me make the case. According to Daniel Pink, an expert in business and design, the world is currently going through a shift. The same kind of shift that took place when the agricultural age made way for the industrial age, which eventually made way for the age of information. Pink makes the argument that in the near future, we will no longer be concerned with memorizing as much as we possibly can. This skill will no longer be the measurement of ultimate success in the way that agriculture is no longer the primary way we judge a country's wealth. This isn't to say that agriculture isn't important, or that learning as much as you can won't be important in the future. But in order for you to reach the pinnacle of success, you'll need to learn how to think for your own and turn concepts into reality. So why is this the case? Simply stated, technology has changed the way the world we live in. It has already connected us across the planet faster than anyone predicted, and has given us more information than anyone could ever have or learn at the tip of our fingers. With all these connections and information, the future will no longer be controlled by who knows the most, but rather who can connect the dots and turn this information into something new. This is exactly what architecture education does best. When you're given a problem at the beginning of the semester, there's no ideal solution that anyone could look up in the back of the book or on the internet. You have to be willing to create your own concept and continuously revise it and improve it, and that's what we've been learning to do for the last 2, 3, 4, or sometimes 7 years here. So congratulations for us on that. And for those of you who are planning to take the plunge into the professional field of architecture, and the faculty who continue to work at it every day, I wanted to discuss one final topic and present a challenge to you all. Over the last 4 months, I've been able to translate the design skills that I've learned in architecture into another design discipline. I've been working as a product designer for a software company here in St. Louis. Having this opportunity to follow another design process has allowed me to reflect back on the one that we all went through and we all go through in architecture. One of the biggest differences that I notice is the ability to get real feedback on a product from the end users who you're designing it for. In software, there's very little cost to add or change a product once it's in a workable state. Because of this, you can easily have real users experience your design and give you feedback. This is not the case with architecture. If you were to ask a person, hey, how's this lobby space without having the rest of the building designed, it wouldn't work out so well. So there's a limitation there. We don't have that luxury. Because of this, it is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to get actual feedback from those who will use the space before the project is complete. This places a huge responsibility on architects, and it is my challenge for you all. You must truly learn everything you can about what will take place in the space that you're designing, and everything you possibly can about who will experience it. Without the understanding and connection, you cannot empathize with them, and thus you cannot produce meaningful architecture. So, my fellow classmates, as you leave here, my charge to you is as follows. Think for yourself, challenge the status quo, test your ideas, and defend your dreams. Good luck, my friends, and congratulations.